Hello, I'm Michaela, and this is my September wrap up and August TBR. The first thing that I read was The Missing Girl by Jenny Quintana, and this book is about it's from the perspective of a young girl whose sister went missing, and it's all about the aftermath of that and trying to find out what happened to her sister. And I thought this one was just okay. I think I gave it 2 or 3 stars on Goodreads. I think there are better domestic thrillers out there, such as The Death of Mrs. Westaway by Ruth Way. The second thing that I read was You're the One That I Want by Giovanna Fletcher, and this is about a young woman who is stuck between her two best friends, and one of them, you do find out at the beginning she is going to marry, but you find out why she has such a hard choice going between them and choosing between them throughout the book until the end, where you find out what happens. And with this one, I gave it 4 stars on Goodreads, and I typically enjoy Giovanna's work. And the only one that I didn't like was, I think, Some Kind of Wonderful. And it wasn't that I didn't like it, it was just that it wasn't the best thing she's ever done. It was pretty mediocre, that one, and I suggest to go for everything else she's written, really. The third thing that I managed to read, and I don't know how I managed to get to the end, but that is When the Curtain Falls by Carrie Hope Fletcher. And this follows 2 storylines. The first one is set in the present day, and the other one is set in the 50s. And there's 2 sets of characters, and you know that the one from the 50s, the main character dies, which isn't a spoiler, it just happens. You know what happened in the book. And since then, the theatre has been haunted ever since, and there's magical realism in there as well, and it all kind of pulls into the more present day storyline of the story. And I'm not going to tell you anything about it in case you do read it, but I didn't really care for this one, and it got 2 stars on Goodreads. It would have got 1 star if I hadn't managed to finish it at all. But out of all of Carrie's work, this one was absolutely terrible. And I don't like to hate on her work because normally it's fabulous. But this one I couldn't get away with, unfortunately, and can't really recommend this one. And the last thing that I have is a collection of the Grimm's fairy stories on Audible, and I thought these were okay. I didn't think they were absolutely fantastic because a lot of them I didn't know or didn't care for, and I did know some of them, like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and things. And those ones I did enjoy because I kind of knew some of the more modern versions of those stories, so I didn't mind them too much. In October, I plan to reread the first Goosebumps books, which is Escape from the Carnival of Horrors, which is the one that was released in 1995, which is when I was born. And I'm going to be reading this in the last week of October, when I'm doing a readathon called the Hallows Eve-a-thon, which I think the video is either already up or will be going up very soon, to announce that. So you'll see that soon. And the challenge for that would be to read a children's book or to read a book with green on the cover, which this one does because it's got foliage on the front. I also plan on reading Killing Floor by Lee Child, which is the first book in the Jack Reacher series. And if I like the first couple of books in the series, I'll carry on reading it. And the only other book in the series that I've read is Make Me by Lee Child. And I don't know if me thinking it was just okay is because it's so far along into the series. And I'm like, maybe I need a bit more of that to kind of really get it. So I'm starting from the very beginning to see if I can get into it a little bit better. And this one I think covers the thriller part of the challenge in the readathon. And the last planned read that I've got in October is A Citadel of Captives by Bella Forrest, which is part of the Shade of Vampire series, which again is for the readathon. Apart from to read as many like supernatural creatures as possible, I can't remember which other challenges it covers, which I should remember because it's my readathon. But I'll put that all in the announcement video. But I should enjoy that, and it should be a very quick read. It doesn't normally take more than 2 days to get through that, so that should be pretty easy. And if I manage to get through more books in October, then great. Because I do have 2 other thrillers there to get through. If I can get through those, then I'd be pleased with that. And I hope you've enjoyed this video today, and thanks for watching.